Hello, Four Star Sports Media, and welcome to a special Wednesday, January 26th edition of Four Star Sports Media. We've got, man, the one, the only, I consider him a standout at the University of Memphis. I think his story is probably one of the more beautiful, honestly. Just local kid, but it's Mr. Calvin Austin III, aka Can't Catch Cal. And I'll be honest with you, that is 100% fact. I think Calvin Austin is the fastest player in college football, and I can't wait next week to see it live in person. Go ahead, Brandon.
I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all
Calvin,
having me.
thank you for joining us, man. Uh, this is an honor. You know, me and you have known each other for a while now. I mean, when you were a walk-on redshirt, man, just running track at Memphis, I think that's
Yeah,
when I met you.
yes,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna go back and tell a little funny story. I met him when FACS was playing at Harding, and I was coaching at Cordova, and we were playing Lausanne the next week. And Coach LeCastro was standing on the sidelines, and he told me a Calvin Austin story that made me just come to tears laughing. Calvin, I believe you had like 4 touchdowns in that game or something, and
Yeah.
uh, you were back there to return a punt. And Coach LeCastro says the story. This is verbatim. He said, "Man, Calvin was back there returning punts, and he had already had one on us, and he wouldn't return the football, or we wouldn't punt him the ball." Calvin looked at me and said, "Coach, you gonna punt me the ball or not?" And Coach LeCastro looked at Calvin and said, "No, sir, I'm not."
Nope.
Hey, probably one of the smartest coaching
True.
moves
That's
I've
true.
ever
Yep.
seen or heard in my life. Because that, I mean, like like
That's
like
true.
Wes
That's
just
true.
said,
Yeah.
that speed, man, is just it's awesome. But man, thank you for coming on the show. We're excited
Definitely. Definitely.
to go down to the Senior Bowl and cover you next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. As we talked about before we went live, we have I've seen a lot of things on Twitter, and I know you're not paying attention to all that right now. You're trying to focus on yourself and get your game ready, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people talking about you, man. And to come from a walk-on to a standout wide receiver, it just means it means a lot, not only for me but for the city as a whole. You're a Memphis kid. You worked your ass off to get to the point that you're at right now, and it's going to pay off in due time. And you know, the Senior Bowl saying is the draft starts in Mobile. Well, Calvin, I think the draft started a long time ago for you, because man, you got the whole nation watching you, and we're excited to have you show out for this city.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just very blessed too. So yeah, I thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure, go
Calvin,
ahead, Wes.
man, I've got to go. I'll go back to the Mississippi State game from this season. In the article that I wrote on the game at fourstar.live, um, I said it was probably the craziest football play I'd ever witnessed in my life, and I
Yeah.
still stand by that. Just walk, and I'm sure you've been asked this question a million times, and I apologize, but just walk us through what was going through your mind during that play.
So when it was just first punted, you know, it was gonna be like past the 8 yard line. So that's when we just gonna let it try to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And so they got down there and saved it, threw it back in. And so by this time I'm turned around and looking, and that's when they had like threw it back in. Nobody just like immediately picked it up, and they were just like standing. So that's when I was already head that way to run over there, sprint in between them, get the ball, and after that, let me get back to my sideline because I know our defense was heading off the field. So I was like, if I head back over there, I got my blockers over there. Let me just get over there, and I'm good.
Man, I tell you, I've watched you all 4 years while you were at Memphis. It's been an absolute uh, man. Excitement's not even the word to what you brought Tiger Nation. Um, but when we were at the Arkansas State game, that was the first game we were credentialized at Memphis, and you made that catch. You came across the middle, made the catch, and just made people look like they were on skates and took off. That entire, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. We're as media members, we're supposed to be biased, And I jumped up. I was like, he's gone. There's no question about it. And I mean, people turned and
Yeah.
looked at me, and I was like, hey, my bad. I'm just saying, you ain't gonna
Yeah.
catch him. I mean, so
Yeah.
question for you, man. What is your 40 time?
I haven't ran a official 40 since like what was that, junior year? Well, going into my senior year that summer, I went to the opening regionals. It was in, I want to say in somewhere. It was either in Dallas, I think, or some city close by, and I ran a 4.38. So that's my last time I ran a 40. So I just been, of course, working on improving my routes and stuff, and of course working on combine stuff like the 40 and drills like that. So I hope to throw down something faster than that. So we'll we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, Calvin. I mean, of course, being track runner. I mean, obviously, it's all fast twitch muscles.
Definitely.
But man, I believe honestly, man, coming off the line, I believe your first step and then your burst to get past that corner
It's
is
just
probably one of
nasty.
the most.
Yeah.
It's Brandon. It is probably one of the most explosive I've seen in a long, long time.
Wes, I don't mean to cut you off, and look, I'm
Oh
going to
no,
brag about
no,
Calvin
you're
for a
good.
second. As far as that, Calvin has probably the most explosive first step I've seen out of a wide receiver ever at Memphis, and that's including. I mean, I'm not old enough to see it, but you've seen Isaac Bruce play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Anthony Miller play, Coxie. The list goes on and on. Calvin's first step is just that he's got that DB on skates already. And I mean, you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, I loaded out for a second. But it's not only just catching the ball; you can run the ball out of the backfield too. I mean, you're a Swiss Army knife. Antonio Gibson kind of dubbed us Weapon U. Everybody called us Kicker U or Special Teams U for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Brandon, you're exactly right. I mean, when you look at the likes of Antonio Gibson, and then you've got Tony Pollard, and then now, of course, Calvin. But I mean, Calvin, when you look at the Memphis roster now, now that you're moving on to the Senior Bowl, and we'll get to that here in just a second. But
Yeah.
when you look at the roster that Memphis has right now, of course, Seth Hennigan, man, I tell you what, watching that young man literally grow up this season during the year was so much fun to watch. It really, really was. Talk a little bit about Seth and his development in the Memphis system throughout this year.
Yeah, Seth really, came in and he understood like the what like some freshmen don't understand. I guess is to get the quickest way to get on the field is by learning the playbook. And he's extremely smart and picked up the offense very quick, so that immediately stood out. And then throughout the whole season, there was many big games, and he was always poised, and he can always even if he was struggling at the beginning, he wouldn't let that affect him. He's not scared to make that big throw or that big run. And he had some juke moves on him that I didn't even know he had.
Yeah,
But
he's got some
yeah,
wiggle to him.
he do. Yeah, he does. So this year was definitely some ups and downs, but he was one that that if you have him on your side, he's always gonna fight, and he gonna put in he gonna put in that extra work that shows that he's gonna do whatever it takes to try to win and give his absolute best.
Most definitely, most definitely. We're Four Star Sports Media. We're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We're also live at 4star.live, our official website. We're presented to you by BA Masks. For more, go to bamasks.com. Alan McFerrin and company do an incredible job. Calvin may want to get with them. I don't know. They got some NIL things going on over at BA Mask, man. Their masks are now in Madden. Justin Tuck wore them. Robert Condice wore them. There's players in the league right now wearing them. They're fresh as can be. Go to bamask.com. You can create your own face mask. They're custom made, custom fitted. They're beautiful to see. But thank you, Alan
Calvin, I
McFerrin
think
and
you
company
froze a
over
little
there.
bit, but
You
no,
froze.
Wes did. No, we're good, man. No, Yeah, thank you to BA Masks for always being on with us. But no, Calvin, so I'm going to hit you with a hard-hitting question. And I'm sure you're going to be asked this a ton next week when you're meeting with coaches and everything like that. What is an NFL team getting out of Calvin Austin? What type of person on and off the field?
They're just getting a person who loves football, who loves, helping out in the community and just really being someone that, the younger people can look up to and have a story that inspires them. And on the field, shoot, I feel like I'm the best player on the field whenever I step on the field. So you're just getting a person who's going to always work and always try to do whatever it takes to get better and improve.
For sure, man. Is there anybody, and we're going to kind of switch over to this upcoming week
Yeah.
For the Senior Bowl. Is there anybody that you're really excited to play with in this game, quarterback wise, or play against? Or I know your teammate Dylan will be joining you down there in Mobile.
Yeah.
Dylan Parham, for those of you that don't know, has also been invited to the Reese's Senior Bowl this year. We're really excited to have two Tigers represent down there, and Wes and I go down there and represent for the city of Memphis, write some good articles, do some good shows for you guys. But yeah, is there anybody that you're really excited to go down there and just have a full week with, play against, anything like that?
I wouldn't say in particular, really. It's gonna be good to have Dylan there, my teammate. So me and him are really cool. We came in the same class together, so it'll be definitely good to have him there. And there's some people that I met from training. They'll be down there too. But for the most part, I'm gonna just be focused on me and just trying to just have each day go out and have it to be my best and just have a good relationship with the coaches and all that. So it's just gonna be a fun week to compete against some talented players and meet everybody. So I'm excited.
Quick question from one of our viewers, and then we'll jump into the Senior Bowl. Bo McLeod said, which current NFL wide receiver do you try and model your game after? Thank you very much for watching, Bo.
That's a good question. So I don't necessarily would say that I like model my game after anyone specifically, but there are definitely like receivers that I watch and learn different things from and just put it together in like into my own style. Like Tyreek Hill, of course. Devontae Adams with his releases. Who else? Cole Beasley is another one. Cooper Kupp. Rondell Moore, Christian Kirk, all those guys who are like, shiftier, but also have straight line speed as well. So I just steal from everybody who just like does certain things well to try to put it into my game.
Great answer. Thank you again for your question, Bo. And also Hunter Boswell said the best college wide receiver with the best local sports talk crew. Thank you very much, Hunter. We appreciate your kind words, man. And I agree. I completely agree. I think you're the best wide receiver in college football. Let me ask you this, man. From a football perspective and football IQ perspective, looking at the Senior Bowl week, you've only got 3 days of practice to get ready for that game on Saturday. Talk a little bit about what you're looking forward to as far as building a consistency with quarterbacks, cohesion, timing, all that. Talk a little bit about the challenges, but also talk a little bit about what you're looking forward to.
Oh, well, I'm just looking forward to the first day of practice. My mindset going in is each day is the game. So I'm just gonna get down there, just open minded and just ready to compete and work. It's been a minute since I put the pads back on and stuff, but that's what I do, and so it's gonna just be. I'm just excited each day to just get out there, just continue to work with the QBs because of course they're gonna be starting off. The throws are gonna be some throws maybe miss and stuff like that, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just gonna be worried about just continuing to run my routes crisp, and I know the passes will come.
Go ahead, Brandon.
All right. So, not to backtrack off the Senior Bowl, but I have a question that just kind of popped in my head. And we have a lot of Memphis fans that listen to us. And I mean, like Wes said, him and I are both Memphis fans ourselves. Who are some guys in that receiving room that you are excited and that Memphis fans should be excited to watch next year?
There's a lot of guys, but I would say probably one that is, I mean, the obvious guys like Javon and Eddie and them, but Gabe, they've already shown. I feel like what they can do. But I'll say one that is less known would probably be Markelle Jones. Yeah, Markelle and Kai. I would say those two are some guys that have the potential to be some big time, some big time players for sure. Definitely Markelle Jones because he definitely is, his speed is up there. So he's one of the ones that if he hits a crease, you ain't catching him. So he's definitely one that I expect to have a big year coming up.
Yeah, Markelle had a pretty good game against Tulane. If
Yeah.
I do remember, he wears number 6, and then Kai Matthew wears number 84.
Yep.
Cousin of Tyrion Matthew, Kansas City Chiefs cornerback or DB. The reason I was confusing Cincinnati and Kansas City is because the Bengals are going to just whoop up on the Chiefs this weekend, but that's besides the point. No, Calvin, and I know you're going to give just you have to give an answer. I know you want to play for any team that is willing to draft you, but growing up, just dreaming of playing in the NFL, who was like the one team that you always wanted to play for?
It'd probably be the Cowboys. My dad was a fan since he was little, so I kind of followed right in that path. So I'll say the Cowboys.
That's a good answer.
Good answer. Yes, sir.
Wes, go ahead, man.
He's a converted Cowboy fan, by the way.
Hey, Calvin
But,
was part of the reason I picked him.
I was.
So
Yeah, I say
after
I
a
was.
game-
I remember that.
After a game, I asked him. I told him I'm switching fan bases. I said, "Where should I go?" He goes, "Man, growing up, I was a Cowboys fan." I was like,
had to
"There
do
we
it.
go."
Make the switch.
I did it. I did it.
Yeah. Made the switch.
and I mean, I'll just leave it alone. But we see how the season played out. But I mean, hey, my team lost too. I'm a Titans fan. Calvin, looking at next week, man, you just said it yourself. You said each day is game day. When you look at the Senior Bowl, of course, kid from Memphis, played at Harding, ran track, all that. What does it mean to not only be at the Senior Bowl, but to be playing for the University of Memphis at the Senior Bowl?
It's big time. It's just that's why I just can, like, most of the time you can say that I'm blessed because obviously I was a Memphis fan growing up. So to be able to represent this city and this university is just something that I'm thankful to do. And just putting it on, just having it on the side of my helmet, always, makes me feel like I have a little edge about myself. So it's just something that I'm excited to do, and just excited to go down there and represent.
One last question from me. You talk about Memphis. You talk about that M on the side of the helmet.
Yeah.
What does the fan base, Tiger Nation, what do they mean to Calvin Austin III?
They mean a lot, even from when I scored my first touchdown against Mercer, I was always received love and support. And senior night, just seeing, just hearing all the fans, and just it was just it just means a lot, and it's kind of hard to put into words, but I'm just very thankful, and always, that's why it's just so easy to give back because I've been shown so much love. So I'm just very thankful for them.
Calvin, this is going to be the last thing I say. It's not really a question; it's more of a statement. You, in my opinion, are one of the greatest Memphis Tigers to ever wear that M on your chest, on the side of your helmet. You did everything the right way. You continue to do everything the right way. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. we're really excited to get down there and see you in Mobile next week. And we can't wait to see you playing on Sundays, just like the Lord intended for you to be doing. And good luck to you. God bless you and your family, man. And go Tigers.
I appreciate it. Go Tigers.
Once again, we have had former Memphis standout wide receiver, the fastest player in the country. I'll put money on it. Calvin Austin III has joined us for a great interview tonight. Guys, check him out. Check us out next week down in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. But next Saturday, kickoff is at 1:30 p.m. on NFL Network. Guys, if you're a Memphis Tiger fan, you got to watch the Senior Bowl because Calvin Austin is going to put on another show once again. But once again, Calvin Austin, thank you very much for joining us tonight on 4-Star Sports Media.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
We are out. Thanks, guys. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.